Hello there, so I wanted to talk about Unreal Engine 5 and how everyone's reacting to the optimization process and the way the games have stuttering problems and they really need some really big strong PCs to run even low-end graphics easily, and they're usually not smooth enough for everyone to be playing uh, and enjoying the game well. Like every other game that has like everything in them, the graphics are good. Like Last of Us Part 2 was really incredible and the performance was really good. Um, but why does every game that's created with Unreal Engine 5 has this problem? Well, it comes to the bare bones of modern graphics. It's not about Unreal Engine 5, it's about how everything's just progressed so fast, how we have lots of bigger textures respectively compared to like 10 years ago where we had to use like sometimes 64 by 64 textures, and resolution was just super low, shadow resolution and everything, mesh resolutions, everything was just super low. And size wise, I'm using a mesh that's like 60 megabytes, and I have to just load that into the memory, and the engine has to compile the shaders for it. So it's like you spawn a character, you wanna scare the player when they're just entering the room. You spawn a character, and the character has meshes, has textures, has a lot of codes in it, and it has a lot of shaders, it's called shaders, that need to be compiled, okay? And that takes like some seconds, maybe sometimes 1 second, maybe sometimes 2 seconds, and it's just processed by CPU, and it just makes the game hitch really hard sometimes. And it's been there all the time, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, it's been there, it's nothing new. The problem is we're using really high quality stuff at this era, and really high quality, combine that with high quality effects like ray tracing, like a lot of indirect global illumination methods that we're using, lots of reflections, lots of new methods for creating materials, and so on and so forth. But there's a solution for it, and this is how I fixed my game stuttering, because I was, like everyone else, having lots of stuttering issues. I would load a new level to my game, bam, stuttering for 5 seconds straight. No matter how how strong my CPU was, it was always stuttering. And the solution is actually pretty easy. It just needs to dig a little bit into the engine and do some stuff manually. It's called PSO caching. So Call of Duty has it, Forza Horizon 5 has it. If you don't do the pre-compiled caching, you'll get lots of insane stuttering. And also the newer versions of Unreal Engine 5, I'm using Unreal Engine 5.5 for my game though, they use pre-compiled PSO caching automatically as well, but you have to go ahead and do it, add your compiled shaders to the engine as well manually, and that takes some time. You have to go ahead and play the game, destroy everything, change the game, spawn everything that's gonna be spawned in the game in every graphics setting. So you have to do it in the, for my game, the fire mode, ultra, high, medium, low, and with different scenarios and everything. And you have to record all of the shaders, and then you have to compile that shader to something that Unreal Engine recognizes, and then add that to the final product. So the shipping product that you're gonna be playing won't have stuttering problems, or if it does, it's usually a minor problem that the developer can fix easily. So it's not unsolvable, it's not something that wasn't there, it's not something that Unreal Engine has produced, it's something that us developers are facing at the moment, and we can just solve it by pre-compiled caching. So you have to record the caching and just compile it to something the engine recognizes, and then load the pre-compiled caches before the game starts. Or somehow we have to load them somehow, and usually they're not big. Call of Duty is a big game, mine's not. So For me, it takes some seconds to compile, to preload everything, and just bam, you're ready to play, and it won't hitch at all. This was something I wanted to talk about. Everyone's just talking about how bad optimization is on Unreal Engine 5. Well, it's not. At least in my game, I've solved everything. You can play the game on a 3060, 6 GB of RAM with 60 frames per second flat, with no hitching, with no slowdowns, on ultra settings. So it means that the game's really optimized, and means that the problem is not based on Unreal Engine